Looks like I'm back live up in this piece. Wonder what this filter looks like. Nah, that's whack. That's uber whack. Even though I look like an old Chief Keef, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing popping. If you up in the chat room, say what up to me real quick, just so I can shout you out or whatever. Sometimes when I go live and then my connection is broken up like that, the video don't come out right. So I may have to delete this joint. If I have to delete it, then I have to delete it, whatever. So I haven't been YouTubing for a minute. Not a minute, but it's been about a week or two since I caught any YouTube footage. I got a lot of stuff going on. I've had a lot of stuff going on. Some of y'all I may owe an explanation to, but most of y'all know not really. So it don't matter. I'm on my iPad Flow. So yeah, let me check my chat room real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into this thing. Life is good, y'all. Life is real good. Cool. Live Chizat, my Nizat. Looks like I got somebody that just chimed in. Trying to get my chat up where I can type. What's good? Who that be? Oh, snap. So I want to talk a little bit about mobile production. And I want to thank you guys for 1,800 subscribers, man. I mean, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big number. Like, I don't sit around counting to 1,800 all the time. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this chat situated. Who in there? What's good? Who's in there? All right, so 1,800 subscribers, big number. You know what I'm saying? It's really dope because I'm looking at that 2K number. It's coming up real quick because I think I'm already at like 1,830. So it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Jared Gutierrez, what's good, man? I see you, bro. I see you. I believe you are from Florida. And if I'm correct, you from Miami. So Miami is in the building. If I'm wrong, correct me. All right, so it would be tripped out if I had like 1,800 people's locations around. Would that be tripped out? But 1,800, 2K. It's looking like that's gonna be real soon. And I'm really happy about that because you know, as soon as I hit 2.5, that's gonna be like a big goal for me, a big goal met. You know, and it's important that, you know, being a YouTuber, you know, my numbers keep climbing up. You know what I'm saying? And things just keep progressing. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, everything is it's moving the right direction. An hour north from Miami, that's dope, man. I've actually never been to Miami, but I know some people that live in Miami. A homie that shot a video down there, went to school close down there, and actually I got a friend that's not too far from there now. I just really like the Gulf Coast, man. I don't know if you want to go for the Pacific side, but yeah, you know, the ocean is the ocean, right? You can get good fish down there, bro. But yeah, so if you got any questions, man, just hit me up. So Yeah, man, I'm almost at 2K subscribers. I'm excited about that. Um, and the tripped out part about it is that I don't really take my YouTube channel that seriously, bro. Like YouTube for me, I should have got a tripod or a stand or something. I'm like holding this thing up, like, ooh, I'm trying to. But yeah, I didn't take YouTube seriously. I had a video go viral, and I was like, oh, okay, well maybe I should try something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, homeboy said I like noodles. What's a nodale? You like noodles? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to David Ortez. It looks like Ortez. It might be Ortiz. But yeah, I like noodles too, man. Ramen noodles. I take them joints and I cook them, but then I refry them up, and then I put like some sauce on them or like put some meat in it. You dig? But yeah, noodles are good. I especially like Italian noodles, like fettuccine, Alfredo. No, Alfredo's cheese. Fettuccine, linguine, um, lasagna. That's pasta, right? Same family. Anyways, um, noodles are good. But yeah, so the video went viral, and then I was like, yo, I might need to do something about this, and so went viral again, and then I went viral again, and so then you can check on my YouTube page. You can see like viral video after viral video. So I'm just like, okay, maybe this is something. You know, YouTube is cool, but you got to be cool on YouTube. You got to get them numbers. I'm not quite as big a YouTuber as I would like to be yet. You know, 500K, a milli subscribers and all that. That's dope. That's a nice goal to hit too. But you got to do it one subscriber at a time. So I'm grateful for my 18 hundo. Thanks for coming through to the chat, guys. I appreciate it. All right, so mobile production. Unless y'all got any other questions, man, um, I'm gonna go ahead and just go on to my little not rant, you know what I'm saying, but just give a couple of my thoughts on what's popping. Um, so mobile production, man, it's a lot of different options that you have now. Um, I'm pretty sure you guys have the Akai PK Mini, so that's one of the most versatile mobile pieces of production that you can have without like carrying this big keyboard around or lugging the MPC 2000 XL around or your laptop in like a REN or a studio or any workstation, yo. So like you got your controller, you know what I'm saying, and the versatility of creating your own sound is like getting really, really huge now because the industry is starting to catch up with my vision. Um, One thing that's tripped out is that I saw where the game is like years and years ago, man, years ago, and I started blogging about it. And if any of you guys follow my blog, you can see where I was posting about mobile production before they even had apps that you can make beats on yet. I was just like dreaming about it. And as some of the companies started to develop, I started to get more and more excited um, because, you know, the heart of a producer or any musician is to be able to capture their own sound. Like the sound that you see in your head, being able to capture that and record it. And so it's like, where uh, we were even just like 10 years ago, it's like giant leaps and bounds from then to now. And what's amazing is the instruments that you would play acoustically are becoming more and more available on apps. You know, you got companies like Korg that have emulator apps for um, their synths, and Korg makes some of the best synths in the game. Somebody just asked me a question about rap. I'll get to that. So like, yeah, Korg has some of the best synths in the game, and so they have emulator apps. You got DAW apps out there that can master and slave your other apps as VSTs and whatnot. So it's really crazy. Um, so yeah, my man David. No, I'm sorry, Jared. Jared asked me, "What do I feel about today's rap?" I should read it how you said it. What do you feel about today's rap, man? Um, I think, to be honest with you, if I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, I think trap music is new disco. And you know, I might be giving away my age. Like I was young when my parents was like juking the disco. You dig what I'm saying? And that disco groove is the same groove that's popping in the club right now. It's the same bop. And I really love the way that Kendrick captured that bop on Humble. It's got that mm, mm, and you can lay a disco groove, any disco groove, on top of that track. I'm not sure who produced that track, but you can lay any disco groove on top of that track, and it will lay perfectly. You can mix it in perfectly, and so a lot of the trap music is I think it's real wavy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a wave. Like in the '90s, hip hop just had like everything had to bang your head. Like the beats had to just have your head bobbing. But now it's like you got to surf on the music, and I think that one of the negative things that I don't like about today's music is that a lot of the rappers are replacing the female vocalists. Like, and that sounds really tripped out, but you don't really hear like people singing now. I mean, you hear a lot of auto tune, and a lot of the rappers are they singing on the beat. They singing the love songs, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. And so like you don't have a lot of, well, I would say male vocalists too, but most of the guys on the radio that are singing, you know what I'm saying, through the auto tune joints, you don't really hear. I like hearing a female like sing to me. You dig what I'm saying? And so I think that's kind of fading out. You know what I'm saying, with today's music, but there's some dope female vocalists out there. Not to take away from the ones that are, that's going hard or whatever. So I'm a rap fan. No matter what curves or like ups and downs and ins and outs that rap music makes or does or whatever, like I'm gonna be a rap fan till the day I die. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a lyrical song type of dude, but I can get into some of the emo stuff too. I think a lot of the music now is real emo. It's not about lyricism and actually having something to say. It's more about how it makes you feel. And so when you listen to a song now, like if the person is like a real depressed artist, like the song like brings you way down. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to something like All the Way Up, like it just takes you up. And so um, the music is less about lyrics in a lot of areas, even though a lot of guys carry it well. Um, but I can pretty much get into any type of music. One thing about me is I don't discriminate against artists, whether they are country music, whether they are metal, whether they are rap and hip hop, R&B, soul. If they're a violinist, a cello player, how do you say that? Can you say cellist? Was they a cellist? You know, a pianist or whatever. Like, I love art. I love music. And so either way it goes, you know what I'm saying, I find music and artistic expression. I find something good in all of it. So I don't really, you know, a lot of cats that appreciate true lyricism in hip hop do not like today's rap music, but I love it, to be honest, because a lot of the guys that are blowing up from the environments that they grow up in, it's really dope for them to be able to go in the studio and then make $100,000 a show. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, have you heard of Isaiah Rashad? He's a great artist. No, I haven't, but I'll Google him and I'll YouTube him after this, and I'll check him out. So back to the mobile production. So there's some DAWs on mobile now. Android hasn't quite caught up with the iOS platform. I'm thinking that it never will, unless you know Apple and um, Microsoft, you know, meet at the fork in the road and say, "Hey, we're gonna come up with the super phone," you know, and right there is just like a exclamation point, question mark, super phone, the super phone, and that would be a phone that would implement every live aspect of the Android platform, but uh, the GUI, um, not the GUI, I would say the just the Play-Doh like platform of iOS, because you know Apple phones are really built for musicians and artists. Apple phones are really built for, you know, people who uh, need to express themselves, and even the Macs, just the basic platform that you get with buying a Mac or an iPhone. You know, you can make a beat on your what you call this garage band with the Mac, whereas with Windows, man, you're gonna have to go and get a DAW, and that's not gonna be cheap. Except for all you Fruity Loops users, y'all guys, y'all know what y'all doing. A lot of these guys hack Fruity, and then boom, not Fruity. I'm sorry, it's FL Studio now. um. So yeah, yeah, Jerry. Lyrics are important to me. But again, with artistic expression, I think that you know the melodic characteristics of a song I can appreciate, even if it don't have lyrics. If somebody is singing into auto tune and he just blending in with the beat so nice, or blending in with the melody of the beat so nice, like I can appreciate that. Um, and so yeah, but yeah, if they came out with a super phone that would work on, like you could connect to Google Play as well as the Apple platform as well, download both apps. Like this is so like futuristic, like possibly something that would never happen. Um, but if they were to come out with a super phone, then I would see, you know, the Microsoft Android platform being on the same level as. But unfortunately, I don't think that that will ever happen. So I'm saying that to say that you know, iPhone And the iOS platform, whether it be an iPad, whatever generation you got, is leading the march with mobile production. And you got a couple companies out here that are they're monetizing both. Let me plug my charger in. You got companies out here that are monetizing both platforms. Like you got Retronyms, which they made the IMPC app. They released a iOS version and then they released the Android version. So, you know, being that, you know, this company was able to take the same app and release it on both platforms, a beat making joint, that says a lot about, you know, what companies will be doing in the future with mobile production and whatnot. I know that there's an app on Android called Caustic, which is a decent DAW, which my homeboy let me know about, but I don't use it. I know it's available on iOS as well. Can it slave VSTs? Slave other apps as VSTs? I'm not sure. But I think that, you know, ultimately Apple kind of like shut the game down. Steve Jobs shut the game down. Some of you guys may be old enough to remember, but the iPhone was only it was only available on AT&T for years. They had an exclusive contract. You couldn't get an iPhone unless this is before the iPad came out. You couldn't get an iPhone unless you signed like a 2-year contract with AT&T. It was crazy. And yeah, I'm one of those people. But what do they call us? They call us. I can't remember what they call us. Something like iSheep or something like that, because they'll come out with a different phone, but it's the same iOS platform. We're like, oh, I gotta get the 6. And like, what's different? Oh, it's exactly like the 5. but yeah, Apple. Steve Jobs, he kind of shut the game down with his platform. And I know that, you know, there's a lot of other phones and a lot of other platforms out there. I would really like to see an open source platform. Like you have Windows and you have iOS or you have Mac OS. I really would like to see like a Ubuntu phone um, or Ubuntu tablet. But, you know, that would be a lot of time and resources and like leadership that I don't know. I would not be wanting to put my time into coding an open source phone. And that bad boy will be just so vulnerable, but it will be so dope at the same time. So, anyways, so you got DAWs out there. You got Korg, who you know they are emulating their sense through apps, and then you got for everybody that's watching this on the replay too. Shout out. Um, you have a couple other companies that are making DAWs that aren't as good as the leaders, um, but they have really great sounds. Like I reviewed uh, a few apps that um, I was able to download. The unfortunate part about some of the off-brand, that's what I would call them, DAWs, is that they have good sounds and good sound packs, but it's like the platform is not as solid as some of the leaders. And so I would say the top 3 right now would be the top 3, and I would have to mention IMPC Pro. Even though it's a beat maker app, it still has some DAW qualities like the mixer and whatnot. But I would say the top are one is by a company called Intua, and it's called Beatmaker. and they have 1 and 2 and 3 is about to drop like real uber soon. I'm like super excited about that. You got Aria, um, and who else would I throw into the mix for top 3 DAWs on iOS? I would say I mean those are the ones. Those are the ones. You got Beatmaker, you got Aria, you got IMPC Pro. Anybody else out there? I mean, I would have to check them out. But nobody's hotter than those 3. And so, with them like pushing forward and being the bosses, that's just the way. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way they got the they have the torch, man. Um, and so when it comes to networking all of these apps, they've all implemented themselves on the iOS platform in a way that they can interact with one another, um, and that you can totally get a professional sound. If you're a producer, you trying to sell beats, you can make your beats on the joint, and you can send your beat directly from your wherever you at. You know, as long as you got a connect or whatever. But a connect. In Europe, you guys say Wi-Fi, but in the States we say Wi-Fi. As long as you got some Wi-Fi, man, you can shoot your beat wherever you need to go. And I'll be doing some videos on how to export session files and stuff like that. Because, you know, sometimes you want to take your beat from your dig from your iPad or whatever, and then you want to go into Pro Tools or you want to go into FL Studio. And that wasn't available 10, 15 years ago. You couldn't do that. And so now, you know, it's tripped out. Because I could talk about this stuff. Now I'm somewhat of an influencer. It was really just like me sitting in my little office at work like, man, it would be dope to be able to make a beat right now on my iPhone. You know what I'm saying? And then when Beatmaker came out, I was blown away, bro. Like, blown away. And it just started to take off from there. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, a lot of you guys are beginner beat makers, and a lot of you guys are experts. And would I say, you know, just totally abandon your workstation, you know, like your laptop and your computer, your desktop at home with your, you know, with your controllers, your workstation and all that. Would I abandon that for iOS? No. But I would say it's coming close. We have a strong crossover uh, effect going on here soon. In that, you know, you won't need a computer, you won't need a controller, you won't need a bunch of crap to be able to make a quality beat and produce. You'll be able to do everything mobile, and you'll be able to come up with your own sound, or even or just make the sound that you hear in your head. You know, I really would like to see some good sounding acoustic uh, apps for guitar, like really realistic sounding acoustic guitar that I could use. And there's everything else. I mean, you can get Rhodes, there's grand pianos, there's everything. You know what I'm saying? Synthesizers. I mean, they have rack mount emulators. I mean, everybody from Roland to Korg to uh, Yamaha emulators, they're out there. And so nothing's stopping you from creating the sound you want. You can even bend waves and change envelopes and put stuff through filters and you know, you got your reverbs and your delays and all of that stuff out there, man. So nothing's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Anything's possible to, you know, somebody who believes. So guys, I'm gonna close this thing out. Throw a like on the video. Believe in yourself, man, and thank you again for 1,800 subscribers. I'm excited for where this thing is going. Peace.